Hi and welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Nicole and this is Dusty Book Sniffers, and today we're here to talk about Middlemarch and the deep dive that we're going to be doing over on our Discord. So let's get started. Well, good morning or good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my local park, which is down the road from my house. I have construction going on up there, so for the foreseeable future, I will be here. It's summer. It's nice to be outside in the shade of the large trees that we have here. As you can see, it's quite a big one. I'm under one tree at the moment, and you can see where the shade goes, so it's quite large. It's a great place to be. You'll have to excuse the noise of the birds because, as I said, I'm under the largest tree, one of the larger trees in the park. And you can see that some of the stuff happening behind me, well, not much happening, but yeah, you can see the park. It's quite a big oval. And this park apparently is going to be having a big revamp. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. Okay, excuse me. All right, so as I said in the intro, we are here to talk about what's happening in December over on my Discord. Maria and I have both read Middlemarch by George Eliot, and we both love it a lot. I thoroughly enjoyed it, although I felt like, because I read it so fast, I feel like, although it wasn't that fast because it did take me a couple of months, but I got there was things that happened in between that. I just felt like that I missed some stuff in it. So we got to talking, and I decided that on my Discord that I was going to do a classics deep dive into some of the classics that we all tend to read from the Victorian era and around. So she also reads a lot of classics as well, and I believe that we're going to be doing a little bit of a dive into French literature on her Discord, and I'm doing English literature in my Discord for 2023. Obviously, there's a few other ones. There's some Russian as well in mine. But yeah, so she's focusing on, I believe, just on the French. And I'm not 100% sure if she's put a video up about that yet. So I dare say that that will be coming in the coming weeks. But I'm here today to talk about Middlemarch and what our plans are for this particular one. Now, back in the day, most of these books, these big chunksters that you see that we have today, were serialized. For those that don't know, they were serialized, so parts of them came out. Now, Middlemarch was broken up into 8 individual books, and I'll insert a picture of one of the original volumes that you can see here. That's what it looked like, and that's how people purchased it. So a lot of the classics, especially these big chunkster ones and Middlemarch, it actually just sort of goes along, and then, you know, you're sort of left on a cliffhanger for one chapter, but it follows on for us. Back in the day, they had to wait 2 months. So it was every other month that this was came out, and it started in December. So Maria and I sort of thought about it, and I had a bit of a chit chat to Maria, and she's like, yep, she was up for it as well. And I know that she has put her video out about her plans for December, and this was mentioned. So basically what we're doing, it started in the December of 1830. Hang on, let me just see. I will have my notes here. So it came out in 30. It wasn't 30 at all. I'm thinking of a completely different book. So basically it was, the original schedule was the December of 1871 was when it started, and then it was every 2 months after that. So yeah, we decided that we were going to do it that way, and to coincide with that, we'll also be starting to do reading sprints on the channel. So as I was saying, sorry about that, I just had a really loud car go past, so I had to cut that bit out. So as I was saying, basically we are going to be reading this in its serial form. So book 1 will be starting in December. You can start that on the 1st of December, but to coincide with our reading schedule, as I said, it was every other month. So the first one was December, then it's February, so forth and so on, until we get to the end of next year, where we will combine 2, but we'll still have a reading sprint in the January of 2024, so you can catch up if you need to. So the plan is each of the months that this was released in, we're going to read it, and we're also going to have a live streaming reading sprint. So for those that don't know what reading sprints are, which if you were anybody on Booktube or you watch Booktube, you pretty much know what they are. But for those that don't know, because I know that some of my crafting ladies have come over here and they may not watch any other booktubers. Basically what that means is I'm hoping that Maria will be joining me, but I'll be hosting every month, starting on the first Saturday of December. I will be doing a reading sprint where we read the book and we sort of sprint, as it says. So we'll have a bit of a chat, then we'll go quiet for a while. We'll read much as we can in, say, let's for argument's sake, say a 45-minute reading period. Then we'll come back. We'll have a bit of a chat in the comments and talk about a little bit of what we've read and stuff like that, and how we feel about it. And we'll pretty much do that until we've done that first book. Okay, so I'm looking at about 2.5 hours, and I'm going to do them in the evening because I'm hoping that Maria can join me, and so that will make it around about midday to early afternoon for her. So as I said, we are following the same schedule as what it was released back in 1871. So if you would like to join in the fun, come and join us over on our Discord. You will find all the information there. Say hi while you're there so we know that you're going to be joining in the fun. And sitting on the ground is not great for this old chook, but yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're just going to, you know, have a bit of a discussion, how we feel about it and all the rest of it. So for those that don't know what Middlemarch is about, it is sprouted as George Eliot's most ambitious novel, and basically it is following the story of several characters, and it's following their diverse lives and changing fortunes in a provincial community of that time. Basically, I'll just read the blurb that I got. I just got this off Goodreads. Peopling its landscape are Dorothea Brooke, a young idealist whose search for an intellectual fulfillment leads her to a disastrous marriage to a pedantic scholar, Cusburn, the charming but tactless Dr. Lydgate, whose marriage to the beautiful Rosman and pioneer medical methods threatens to be undermined in his career, and religious hypocrite Bulstrode, I think you pronounce it, hiding scandalous crimes from his past. As their stories interweave, George Eliot creates a richly nuanced and moving drama hailed by Virginia Woolf as one of the few English novels written for adult people. So it has got some very interesting themes through it, and as I said, I have read this before, and the way I like to read classics is I just read the story cover to cover without really thinking much about it and how I enjoy the story and all that sort of stuff. And now what I'm doing is I'm going back and I'm taking a little bit of a closer look, and that's what our deep dive is about. Now, we're starting with Middlemarch in December. Okay, so not only are we doing Middlemarch, we're also doing some other classics next year, and the first two I cover off the rank for 2023 is The Count of Monte Cristo, which is starting in January, and that will be on a monthly schedule. I believe there is 9-10 installments of that. That was spread out over an 18-month period. Now that is quite a lengthy time to do a deep dive into it, because it's over such a long time. We've decided to condense that down a little bit and brought it down to the 12-month mark so we can get it all done in 2023. And the other one that we're looking at, which will actually bleed over, I believe we've got that bleeding over into 2024, the first or second month, is the Pickwick Papers, and that is starting in March. Now, I am going to do individual videos for each of them, so at the end of December you will hear about the Count of Monte Cristo, but there are a couple of the ones that we've got coming up. And again, I will be doing the read-alongs with those in the reading sprints, and so you can come along. If you're not feeling motivated, come and join us, and you'll be sitting there reading along with me and possibly Maria as well, because I can't speak to her schedule yet, so hopefully she'll be able to join us for a couple of them anyway. And yeah, and then you can get the book read as well. So just imagine by the end of 2023 how many classics you're going to actually get read, because you're breaking them up into bite-sized pieces. We recently done this in the group, not so much as a deep dive, but we recently done this in the group for Gone with the Wind, and it worked really well. A lot of people got that book that had it been on their TBR for quite some time, but they eventually got that book read. We did that one a little bit different. We were doing 100 pages a week with that one, and I learnt a lot from that one, where it's probably better to break it up over the month because, you know, life is busy and all the rest of it. Not everybody has the luxury of being able to read as much as I do because, you know, I've got grown kids and I'm a work at home person, and so it makes it a lot easier for me to squeeze books in and whatnot. But that is what we're doing for Middlemarch. So grab your copy. This is my cloth bound copy, but I am ordering a paperback as well so I can mark it up because I don't want to mark up my good copy. Yeah, and there'll be extra reading and stuff that I'll take from this and share with you, and I'm not sure if it's in the paperback version of it or not, but if it is, I will share it with you, and let's get reading Middlemarch. But that's it for me today. I hope to see you all over on my Discord, joining in the fun of Middlemarch and taking a closer look at it and having a discussion about the life and times of the people in the book. But all the links are down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon beside it, and then that way you're not going to miss out on any future posts. And that's it for me today. And remember, keep turning those pages, and I will see you all again next time. Bye for now.